We've got a big treat today. I'm with Carly Gloge, who is a Canadian working with a very cool robotics company that makes us fun things like this Spider-Man, which I adore, and also last year's, or a couple years ago now, the BB-8 from The Force Awakens. Carly is going to tell us about what Sphero has got cooking for Force Friday, I guess is going to be the big reveal. Carly, welcome to the Electric Playground. It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And you are Skyping in from an office in Toronto, so I guess you're meeting with all kinds of media out there to tell them what Sphero has got to unveil for Star Wars fanatics like myself for Force Friday. I want to get to that. Can we just get to that? The Star Wars nerd in me is freaking out right now. What have you guys got? Because I absolutely adored what you did with BB-8. How do you top this?
So we're launching 2 new droids this year, one dark side and one classic rebel droid that you may or may not know.
Okay, so we've got an R2-D2 that's going to be hitting the shelves. Is that happening?
Yes, yeah. Do you want me to run through them?
Absolutely. Yes, I do.
All right. So one of the things that we really wanted to do is make sure we stayed in scale. So the first one that we released is the dark side droid. Now I'm going to connect to him right here, so just be patient with me.
Okay.
His name is BB-9E, so he's another BB droid.
Okay. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, so same scale as the BB-8 that you have, and now we have a brand new app, which is the Star Wars app, which I'm firing up here. I'm going to turn down the volume. There we go. So you
awesome.
can connect to all your droids with the same app, so we're making it more about Star Wars and having multiple droids than just one.
Okay.
I'm not sure, here, I'll have to aim him here so he doesn't look away from the camera. He's being camera shy. So one thing that, when we first talked about doing this, we're like, okay, this is simple, right? We're just going to do a paint job for BB-8. But we decided to take it a step further and add his signature lighting in the head.
Okay.
So one thing that's really cool about that, let me just get him rotated here. Hey, look at the camera. Come on, buddy. Oop. Oh no! That magnetic head.
That does happen. BB-8's head comes off as well. It's part of the thing, and the cool thing is that they're pretty durable as well. That is going to happen, right? So
yeah. So we have this same as BB-8, that polycarbonate shell that helps protect them from any kind of scratches and dust. But you can see closely here, you can see he has that light in his head.
That's great.
The thing that's crazy about that is getting the center of gravity right on ball droids is really hard. So any gram that we added to the head is the equivalent of 14 grams to the center of his body. So
wow.
Adding weight was next to impossible, but our team figured out how to do it. And one of the ways they did it was by not adding a battery to the head. It's actually passing power through the body up to the head through inductive coils. So as if I remove this slowly, you can see it fade and then come back.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's like wireless charging in a way, but it's like, are there coils all the way around inside the ball part? Is that
all the way from the base to the top? So and getting that exactly right, because it has to match perfectly to the shell to pass power correctly. A bit of a challenge.
Now, I have to ask you this. If you have BB-8 and then you get the dark side droid, do they fight? Do they have interactions? Like, do they hate each other? What happens?
There are definite droid-to-droid interactions, so you can have them go on patrol together, and you can patrol just from one phone with both of the droids.
Okay.
Even more fun in my mind is doing Watch With Me together. So for people that aren't familiar, BB-8 has that Watch With Me feature where you can watch the film with your droid.
Right.
So we've added support for BB-9E and the new R2-D2, and they all react a little bit differently to the scene.
That's cool.
And then
it's BB-90?
BB-9E. Sorry.
BB-9E. Oh, that's okay. It's the internet thing too, right? It's not super crystal clear audio. So BB-9E.
Yep.
Was he in The Force Awakens at all? Was there any shot of him?
No. So he's a brand new droid for Episode 8. So you're getting the sneak peek of the bad guy. So he's a first order droid. We don't know all the details yet, but we know that he does show up on the new Mega Star Destroyer. that's in the film. And one of the things that we did to lean into that is we now have it's called the Droid Trainer. So this
Yep.
is BB-9E's Droid Trainer, I should put it the right way. And it
Yep.
essentially slides open. And it'd be hard to demo here, but essentially your droid will roll on the trainer. It's an idea that came from our engineering team because we actually have little droid treadmills at our office that we run our droids on. And you essentially get to train with your droid, and you virtually get to roll through the new ships. So before the film comes out, you'll get to see the inside of that Super Star Destroyer or the Mega Star Destroyer. And then there's little Easter eggs that give you little details about parts of like the helm and the machinery that's on board in the character.
Wow, so that's all been modeled inside of the Droid app that you have.
Yes. So,
right, and so we're basically going to get like a droid's eye view and a tour of the Mega Star Destroyer in the app.
That is totally correct, and we also have the new trainer for BB-8. And,
oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and you'll get to explore a brand new Resistance cruiser ship from Episode 8 with the BB-8 trainer as well, called the Radis.
And are you selling that as a separate item then, the trainer? Okay, cool. So that's
so new bundles of BB-8 will come with the BB-8 trainer, but for people who already have one, they can just buy one directly from our website.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And how much are you guys, I guess we should talk a little bit about price right now. So the BB-9E comes with the trainer. That's its base, basically.
Yep.
And so how much is the BB-9E with the base now?
Yeah, so actually the trainer isn't a charging base, so you'll still get the charging base for BB-9E.
Oh, okay.
That he'll sit in. So
the dark side base, I love it.
Yeah, dark side base, and so that's $199 Canadian, same price as BB-8, and then the new guy is $239 Canadian.
So you get the base and the trainer and BB-8 for $199 or BB-9E.
Yeah.
And then how much is the standalone BB-8 trainer?
I'll have to look at what we're doing for Canadian for that. I know US the standalone trainer is $29.99.
Okay, all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's great. So does the world know about BB-9E? Has he appeared at all in any of the frames, in any trailer? I've been trying to stay away from. I think there's only really been that one teaser and then some leaked images, right?
Yeah. There's been a few leaks, but some of the, it's been hard to see the details correctly because they're leaks. But yeah, you'll start seeing him on Force Friday. But even our team doesn't know all the specifics for that droid. We're really intrigued to see how he appears in the film. We only have slight hints from Lucasfilm.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, congrats. I love BB-8. It's going to be fun to pair him up with a little dark side buddy. I think that's really cool. But you have an R2-D2 that you can show us as well. Okay, let's see R2.
I'll connect to him instead. So one of the things you'll see, I'll hold up the BB-9E so you can see them in scale. So you can see he matches the scale of BB-9E and BB-8.
That's incredible. Look at that.
Yeah, so for R2, we knew that if we were going to make an R2, it really had to be super authentic. So you see,
oh my God, that's awesome!
I can tell that you're a Star Wars fan because you know that's kind of the dream, is to go from the bipod to tripod, and then
that's
pull
so
it,
cool.
and, like, traction back. So we made sure we didn't miss any of those special details that make R2 R2. The animations are spot on to the film. We've added all those original elements. So he has the front PSI. The rear PSI light, the front projector, the logic display, and then really importantly, he also can do the full waddle, and I'll hold him up here on camera, but let's get into that. So
that's great.
So the audio.
Oh my God, that's so cool. That is incredible.
We've been working very hard on it.
Okay, so you say it's got the front projector. Does it actually project?
No, so that one's just, projectors unfortunately are still very, very expensive. So as much as we wanted to add it in there, we weren't able to. But you'll still get like some of those projector experiences through the AR experience with him, and I won't go into
Right.
too many details of that, but we'll see.
So the Droid app will do some cool things that kind of recognize that. Now, what about all the arms and things that come out of R2? Were you guys able to do any of that?
Yeah, so some of the probes we looked into, and the challenges, and a lot of
Oh, they'll break off, right?
yeah. So
Right. Yeah.
if you are making a classic, all right, I'll put him down real quick. He's getting feisty.
Oh my God. That's great.
So one of the things that was our challenge is we wanted to have like a collectible figurine type quality for the robot, but we had to comply with all the toy safety standards. So things like
Yes.
bulbs, unfortunately, they can break off. Whereas some of the other products you'll see on the market, they don't have to classify as toys, so you can get away with those tiny little parts on them.
That's so cool. So what goes into, like, what's different technically to kind of design an R2-D2, which now we have, what, 40 years or almost getting close
40
to
years,
50
40
years?
years, yeah.
Yeah, 40 years
Here.
of history with R2-D2. As opposed to BB-8 and BB-9E, which are relatively new, and they came out, especially BB-8 came on the scene in a big way. But R2, there are so many things that we kind of expect out of a relationship with an R2-D2. What were some of the challenges that you guys had?
Yeah, so the hardest thing for us was the waddle, getting that waddle straight, and you'll have to see it in person, but the team did a very good job of getting that spot on because it's such a huge part of his character.
That's great.
Yeah, in terms of robot design, like R2 is actually really top heavy, so we had to do a lot of work to get all the weight into the base of the robot. And then some things were easier with R2 because there's so much history. We worked with Lucasfilm to pull up all the classic sound effects files from A New Hope, and so those are what you'll hear. Like you'll hear the motor sounds from the original film. So it was great just to have so much there. And it was also really helpful for us to play with, we pretty much own every RC, R2-D2 at the office, and we race them and everything. And it became pretty clear after playing with all of them on our opportunities to do something new. And really that was that, getting the animations perfect. So we went all out, we put 4 motors in him rather than 1 or 2 that you typically see. And it
Right.
allows him to, be frame by frame accurate to the films.
That's fantastic. So how much is R2-D2 going to cost?
So R2-D2 will be $239 Canadian.
Okay, because there's probably a little more robotics in R2-D2 than even in BB-8, right?
Yeah. Just those 4 motors alone. We try to. We don't do toy grade motors in our products. We really try to make sure that they'll last a long time.
That's amazing. So people will be able to pick up the Sphero R2-D2 and the BB-9E and the brand new repack on the BB-8 starting on Force Friday. And where are you guys? Is it going to be as proliferate as BB? Because after a while, I think it was kind of exclusive at first with BB-8, but then it became this phenomenon and it was started to go everywhere. Are you guys able to have all of this stuff everywhere? Is it going to be in every kind of electronics retailer?
For Canada, you'll just see it in Best Buy and Apple stores. So we've partnered really closely with the team at Best Buy, and they're huge Star Wars fans. So that's where you'll want to go, along with Apple stores on Force Friday.
Okay, so the big lineups are going to be there. That's so rad.
Yes.
Well, you guys have had some pretty big surprises with Spider-Man and Lightning McQueen, and now 2 new Star Wars releases for the back half of the year. Is that it from Sphero in 2017? Can we expect any other big secrets or surprises?
There might be more, but you'll have to stay posted from the team over here. We've been really busy. That's what I can say.
That's awesome. Can you give us a sense of, because obviously BB-8, I think, was it was kind of like a flag in the sand almost for what your company can be. Mm-hmm. How much has changed at Sphero since the launch of the BB-8 toy? BB-8 toy.
I mean, we're bigger. That's fun, just to make all these robots. But I would say that's something that I found really attractive about Sphero is it's still, like the CEO is still playing with the robots every day. He's our best QA tester, really. Like he can break anything. He's still like very involved on the product level. Our founder Adam, is still really, really involved. So while we've gotten bigger and a little more sophisticated of the tools we use so we can make these robots faster,
Yeah.
I think that, everyone at Sphero loves robots. We all love our jobs. It's really, I've heard multiple people say, it's not really a job. We're doing what we love there. So if anything, I'm more proud that we haven't changed a whole lot as a company. We just want to do more.
That's awesome. You have, I mean, you're hitting a pretty sweet spot there, which is, these are premier toys. They're not inexpensive. They cost some money, but they're achievable for super fans out there, and they're cool collectibles. And what I said with the Spider-Man review is that you can spend $200 on an awesome hot toy Spider-Man, but it won't talk with you, it won't have a conversation with you. And that's the charm of something like that, even if it's a static figure like this. And certainly with the other ones, you've got them running around and playing with you. But there are super fans that would say, how about a life-size R2-D2 from Sphero? Do you guys ever look at that marketplace? Do you guys ever say, wait a minute, we could take this the full level,
Yeah, I think like nearly everyone in the company would love to have their own full R2. I think, there's definite challenges to go up that scale. We've considered it, but no plans right away on something that size yet, as much as we'd love to.
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm a fan. I love this. Can you see a day, like I reviewed Anki's Cosmo, and I love that toy as well. I think it's an incredible sort of move forward for sort of accessible robotics. Can you see a day where Sphero is releasing kind of autonomous robot toys as well that, work with an app maybe, but also can kind of just sort of cruise around on their own?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely the ideal. And I can say that our team is working on some really new technology that you'll see in our 2018 roadmap that definitely heads in that direction.
Awesome. Well, Carly, I'm a big fan of what you guys are doing. Keep it up, and I can't wait to play with these new Star Wars toys that you're creating. Super cool. And it was awesome to have you on the show. Have fun with the rest of your reveals for Force Friday.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.